Let's go, baby. Back up in the win column. Not perfect, not by any stretch of the imagination. There were some great things happening in this game on both sides of the ball, but nothing that you would say is like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That's the Philadelphia Eagles. And we still beat a very good Minnesota Vikings team, right? Shout out to my boy Carson Wentz. You my boy forever. I don't give a what anybody says. I'm loyal like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, if you have me with your support, you'll have that shit forever. Carson Wentz, you know what I mean? He did some Carson Wentz things. There's no doubt about it. We forced him into some Carson Wentz things. Nice pick six by Jalen Hunt. We'll get into that right here in a little bit of the film breakdown. He threw a joint up. You know what I mean? He punted one right to Andrew Makuba. He got him one. You know what I'm saying? He may have took a couple of timely sacks. Mara Jomo in on one. Josh Uche. But for the most part, man, even Carson Wentz was dealing. So it was great to see King Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz both on the field at the same time, kind of doing their thing there. But man, this is the Philadelphia Eagles, baby. Going to find a way to get it done. Now, I will say this. When it comes grind time, we're gonna have to be able to run that ball by all means in any means necessary. Now, I like the way that this game was thought through. You saw some personnel tweaks. A lot of that I preview, right? Um, Tank Bigsby being elevated. I don't know what this says about AJ Dillon. It looks like AJ Dillon is going to go by the way of Rashad Penny. And Tank Bigsby actually getting a carry in the game, a really nice carry, and not even Will Shipley getting a carry. So I've told you boys before, I got, you know what I'm saying, history covering Tank Bigsby. He can be very good. Great to see him get off kick return duty. I don't know what that was about. That was weird, right? He doesn't have any history of doing that at a high level or anything like that. I don't know why you would trade for him to be nothing but a back, you know what I'm saying, a reserve or a rotation back with Saquon Barkley. He should get more carries than that. He will show you what he's worth. King Jalen Hurts doing his thing, man. The offensive line, right, looked shaky at times in both the run and pass game. Brett Toth, we had some instances even with Jordan Mailata. My boy Steen had a holding call, right? He came right back that next play, though. As a matter of fact, I want to show you this is one of the plays of the game right here. This John was nice.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.
We absolutely needed this John after that penalty right there, and King Jalen Hurts doing his thing right here. Now let's break it down, right? Listen, make sure you support quality content. You know, be pulling these content ID claims on your boy with broadcast footage in the after game review. Support quality content, man. You know how it goes. Now look at this, right? Got the half moon theory working, so right. So this is good pass pro, right? They rushed four. It looked like they were going to rush five, right? Rush four, drop one to the spy. They're playing coverage across the board. Drop the spy out. Coverage. All eyes on King Jalen here. How do you navigate this? I do not see how you navigate this, right? This is incredible. Look at that. Still getting, right? You get Landon Dickinson, right? He's getting a little bit of that prison loving right there. But Jalen Hurts with eyes in the back of his head. Watch Tyler Steen discard the trash. Jay was able to flush out that bad boy. And then look at A.J. Brown and him. And good synergy, right? At least on this particular play right there. Just running to the sticks. You can see it right there. All plastered up. This won't do much of anything. They'll come and drive on this, right? It is Saquon Barkley, but you never know. But this was the play that needed to be made. Once again, like I said, look at Tyler Steen discard the trash. He's like, all right, that's enough. Bang. Fertilize that man into a coma. And then they're working that shit absolutely perfect, man. Oh, man, great job. Jalen Hurts today. Oh, man. Where you at, hater? Scramble drill was looking amazing today. Look at this off the back foot there. Look at him box him out. He being Thin Diesel Devontae Smith. Want to show him the numbers, and Jalen Hurts can pierce it through to where it's on the front side, right between the numbers. How are you going to get over that without potentially pass interference? You have to time it perfectly like Harrison Smith did to A.J. Brown earlier in the game. But you see right here, and able to protect it with his body, Devontae Smith doing the damn thing. But great throw by King Jalen. If you all saw this play and didn't immediately think of your boy Murph from Top Billin here, I don't know what to tell you. Nakobe Dean back in the game, the hall monitor, and you know there's no running on the hall monitor. And what is he in? He's in a base set. He's the Mike Backer in the base set, 3-4, right? 3 down linemen, your 4 linebackers, 2 edge, 2 back. Quinyon Mitchell in the game, and then, of course, as a base corner, my man Cooper DeJean. So I got all kinds of shit that I wanted all in one set here. Jahad Campbell playing on the outside, right? I just did something on that. I told you I'm not sure how he'll going to fare on the outside, just for the fact that I don't think he's physical enough to be playing, right? He didn't make much of an impact at all on the edge today, but he did do this, which I will show here next. But as you see right here, getting downhill, what does the hall monitor do? Stop running. Boom. Could you imagine if your hall monitor really did that shit in your school, though? You was trying to run the class and shit all late. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be running the class late in the morning. We was doing all kinds of shit in the bathroom, right? Fighting, you know, and on some chicks and shit. But Nakobe Dean would stop that before you even get in the bathroom. Look at that shit. Downhill, getting himself a tackle for loss, showing that physicality. And you should have seen him, right? I'll have more on that, him blowing up blocks and shit like that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see from Jahad Campbell in the future. But then again, this is Nakobe Dean's team, baby. I don't want to see him ever go anywhere. This should be Nakobe Dean's position. I'm cool with Jahad Campbell being moved up out of the off-ball linebacker and then playing in passing situations, right? Matter of fact, check this out. Yo, for real, no fraud. Is this not exactly what I said I wanted to see? I wanted to see Nakobe Dean on base downs, going against the run, and bring Jahad Campbell in clear passing situations. This is not a clear passing situation. You don't see Nakobe Dean, even though he's the starter in base, and they will put Jahad Campbell on the edge. I don't want to see Jahad Campbell play edge over someone like Josh Uche either. You know what I mean? Or Azeez Ojulari. I saw Azeez got hurt during the game. And then, of course, I definitely don't want to see him over Jalen Hunt. And then when Nolan Smith comes back, then what does that do? You know what I mean? So him in obvious passing situations where he's able to do stuff I want to see. That's thinking the game through. Come on, man. How am I not on my job? Fuck out of here. Man, some dickhead troll tried to tell me that Andrew Mukuba, you ever watch, that's what he does. Did you all see this? And he cut him up under his leg. Doesn't come downhill and bring the thunder. The fuck out of here, man. That's why I be having to block these dudes up off the channel, man. These dudes just be wanting attention, bro. Andrew Mukuba is that bull. That bull, I'm here to tell you that right. Bananas all in his eyes, slot machine time, and he's still on Somalian time with the weight. What are we doing here? Shouts to the fine folks over at Prophet X for sponsoring this video. If you haven't been going over to Prophet X and laying it down, it's better late than never because Prophet X is where it's at. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a peer-to-peer sports? You could eliminate the challenge of going against the sports book, and there's plenty of cash available at Prophet X as they only take a cut off what you negotiate with your winning wager, not necessarily profiting off losses. Use promo code TOPBILLIN and claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. Did y'all notice some of these tackle over plays? You got the Johnson boys, both on the right side of the line here. They're going to be going with this dig to your boy Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts, back to the basket, play action fake, right to Saquon Barkley. Boom. Ball in the belly of the beast. Watch this stand. Get up out of there. Great job, Jalen Hurts, finding this right in the void of the zone. Able to shoot that bad boy in there with a little velocity, and Smith is able to get that shit before Harrison Smith could get over there, right? Smith on Smith crime right there. Good shit right there. Jalen Hurts was on. How many times have y'all heard me talk about banjo coverage? Needing to master that. This was a great job of it right here. Cooper's going to end up following him instead of following Jordan Addison, who he's across from right now. Motion man cuts on the inside. You get Jordan Jefferson here with an out route, and then you'll get a flag route by Addison. All right, so everybody plays this absolutely correctly. Great job to see this. I almost jumped out my seat when I saw it. You can see it layered there. Quinyon Mitchell, right, with that 3 over, 3 on 3. All right, you see him following there, man coverage. That's how you work man coverage. Banjo. You don't just go with the first person you see. Everybody doing the damn thing here. And then you see right there, watch my boy Moro Ajomo on this one. Watch him widen the center and then come back and bang, burp the baby. And he's getting vert and Wentz having to go through that man coverage, trying to navigate that, and then not having enough time up front with Moro Ajomo. Excellent play. Our old pal Isaiah Rodgers had a tough one today. A lot of people have been saying that, man, he's playing at an all-pro level with the Minnesota Vikings. He had some very, very crazy splash plays, but this wasn't, oh, my goodness. AJ sold him on the inside. Isaiah Rodgers can run too, right? But you can tell how far he committed on that right there. Isaiah Rodgers just has to watch, and you know I can't play this all the way through. I probably got to erase this section or whatever like that. But you could just get the gist of that right there. They were giving it to Isaiah Rodgers. Of course, he's going to get slung off of and get a little bit extra yardage as well. Execution reigns supreme. That's just it. Right then and there, you want to know why this play fell? Look at that. Landon Dickerson beat easily. I can't believe he's back so soon. Why not leave him out? I know we lost 2 in a row. It's not necessarily by exactly what happened at his position. Can he get a little bit healthier? Right away, Jonathan Grenard beats him. That's dead to rights. Brett Toth as well. Not going well for him. And then both of those guys, right? That's the usual suspects. Degree of difficulty, a 12 out of 10. Cooper DeJean, base outside corner, going against the vein. Play it through the hands. Play the ball on the way through the man's hands. That's exactly how you draw it up right there. Probably not going to get in phase on somebody like Justin Jefferson here. Very good throw. Initially a very good catch, but Cooper DeJean continues to work on it, right? You got to secure the thing as well. He's trying to hold it out away from his body. Cooper DeJean is in very good position to be able to rake that through. He's unable to bring it to his body. Damn good play by Cooper DeJean. I have to continue to point out that Saquon Barkley is about average at pass pro. Maybe above average, slightly above average. Last year when I kept saying it, I'm like, man, Kenneth Gainwell is the truth at pass pro, and I would see why he would get in the game over Saquon sometimes. Saquon doesn't necessarily bring his pads all the time. Look at that. Boom. You saw that right there? Like, he needs to be in this, right where he is right now. He needs to initially be there, right? He tries to lead a shoulder into Eric Wilson, and then bang, that ain't gonna work, right? You giving him half a man, right? Giving him half a man, he straightens you out, continues to bench press you into the lap of the quarterback. You can't say that anyone's open anyway, but at the very least, you would give Jalen Hurts enough time to figure some shit out right there. If Wilson wasn't all over Jalen Hurts like that, so. Yeah, I noticed they put Shipley in on third downs. It's definitely something the coaching staff notices, right? Saquon Barkley, damn near perfect as a running back, but that's definitely something I feel he needs to improve on. Once again, degree of difficulty, a 12 out of 10. Look at where he takes to go with this route, right? It's a circuitous way to get here, and he understands how to cut sharp angles, right? Him going against Quinyon Mitchell on time and air. You see that? He widened it. He knows where he wants to go, right? Widens Quinyon Mitchell, getting him to commit to a side right there. They're still in the chicken fighting stage right here. But look at that, right? People underestimate Justin Jefferson's strength. Very strong cat, a lot longer than you think as well. And then you see him stick that foot in the ground. But I want you to watch this, right? You can see, right, there's barely any separation there, right? That's like the end of the pandemic separation. But he cuts it to where he's going flat and then works back towards the ball. That's going to get that. He starts to get when he gets on the zero. Then he's coming back towards the ball. He's in front of the zero now. Cuts down on time and air, understands what he's doing here, and knows that he's a strong cat, can break some tackles, gets that first down. This was so cold on that fade route to A.J. Brown. My man, I don't understand how they got Metellus matched up on him, and there's only 2 safeties back, but only after the snap. You see Harrison Smith drop back, and then you see them. So that's kind of late in the process there. It looked like the play, or they thought the play was over. A.J. Brown, almost like a stuggo. Doing his thing, everybody doing their thing right there. It looked like it's at a stalemate right now. Jalen Hurts did a good job of at the very least, whatever he was doing, chaining through them progressions, it held Harrison Smith there to outside, over the shoulder, flying Hawaiian style. Shane Victorino back in the building, baby. You know how we do it, baby. Phillies, what up, baby? We're getting them next year. But damn, it was a good play. I don't know how they got Metellus smashed up on Brown, though. That was a mistake on Brian Flores' part, no doubt about it. Hell of a defensive coordinator, though. Yo, check this personnel grouping out. You have Jahad Campbell on the edge here. You have Jalix Hunt as well. Both of them, right? You'll get hook curl from Jalix Hunt. But you have 2 down linemen. You have Josh Uche on the rush as well, right? So you have multiple linebackers in the game. This is a nickel set because you have Cooper DeJean in it running with the motion man. So this will put Makuba right there on Justin Jefferson. What Carson Wentz sees is Justin Jefferson breaking open in the middle. He also sees Jalen Carter right here on the nose, pushing the pocket, something serious, and he can't deal with it. Look at this. This shit was cold. Look at on the pool right here. Look at my man right there. You can see it. This is absolutely perfect if they didn't call this kind of fire zone look right here with Jalen Hunt standing right in the line of sight. You can see it boom to boom. Carson Wentz doesn't see it though, but look at Jalen Hurts. I mean, your boy Jalen Carter right there. Boom. He got it off just in time to get fertilized and throws it right to Jalen Hunt, man. Jalen Carter makes this play without making Burt the baby. Bang, you see this? Watch this. Look. Burt the baby cleared up all of that gas and shit that he had on the inside of his system in there, and he getting vert, and Carson has to short arm that shit and doesn't even see Jalen Hunt right there, man. Hell of a call by Fangio. Let's get it. Pick 6 for your young bull, Jalen Hunt. All in all, I'm impressed with this win because I know we can play better. And I'm telling you this, these wins, some of these wins that we already have on the schedule are going to age better than those losses. I think those losses will be more like a blip on the radar. But when you see the type of teams at the end of the season that the Eagles beat, whether it be the Rams or whether it be the Buccaneers, you know what I mean, this Vikings team, I think all of those teams are going to be playoff teams or somewhere in the vicinity. So we shall see how that goes. But, man, I left a lot of meat on the bone on this one, right? Because I can't wait to get to the all-22. And a lot of these plays were really long plays. And, you know, the content ID claims, man, your boy got to make money. You know what I'm saying? I still got to feed the family. So make sure you're supporting quality content. Make sure you're getting over to the sponsors and Profit X and welcoming all challengers as you set your own odds. And, of course, make sure you're standing up. If you from North Philly, baby, let's do it. Kensington, you know how we get down. Of course, Strawberry Mansion, Brewery Town, big love to Hartranth, Fair Hill, Badlands, all my people out here, man. Much love to everybody out in Fishtown, Northern Liberties as well, Allegheny West, Fairmount. You know I love them, Spring Garden, everybody out there, baby. Shouts to the whole Philly, West Philly, Overbrook. You know how I get down out there, far northeast Philly, Frankfurt, Tacony, everybody, baby. Center City, what up? Southwest, the P, we all in there. Shouts to Delaware, women in Delaware. Shout outs to Christiana. Shout outs to Newark, of course, Newcastle. Big love to Elton, Maryland, and the whole South Jersey, Camden, Millville, Bridgeton, Violent. Everybody, baby, stand up. We back in the win column. Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.